light cuts through the room, shadows stretch like the weight of doom. Wood shavings fall like whispers lost.
Good morning, welcome to Soldier Farms. This morning I want to go through a project that I did in 2016. This was for a takedown bow. I made the riser and the arms of the bow out of red oak. Believe it or not, it was fairly easy at Lowe's to find the 3x3 with very straight grain, and then it took a little more doing to get the red oak. But as you see in the photographs, I shaped this very largely with hand tools. I got a lot of use out of my farrier's rasp, and I did a little shaping of both ends where the arms of the bow would mount with my bandsaw, but it wasn't a very good bandsaw. This back in 2016, I had a very bad bandsaw. It was very hard to dial in. It didn't cut accurately for very long, specifically in hardwoods. So what I did was all the different designs of compound bows that I've shot over the years. I kind of combined the things that I like the most, and that's how I shaped the riser. And then, I did most of that with the farrier's rasp. And it took a long time. This was a project that probably took me 8 weeks. And the overall length of the bow was almost 6 feet. And I did a few things with the limbs of the bow. I did some reading, and what I chose was a modified Norse design called the Holmgren bow. And the base of the limb that attaches to the riser is full thickness. And the tip of the bow, where the power comes from, is also full thickness, but then it tapers down, and then it is planed on the belly so that planed down to about half of the thickness of the 1x3. And so that way, as the string is released, then there's a compounding effort in the spring action, and that's where the the power comes from, and it's supposed to be a more even power release than just a regular longbow. So this is kind of an experiment. I needed a project so bad at the time. I was in a terrible depression. I was trying to figure things out, and so I decided I would make myself a bow. And so there you see, I've got myself a little rack. I'm doing a pre-assembly, and then we're back to what seemed at the time to be an endless amount of shaping, primarily with planes and files and lots and lots and lots of sanding. So that's kind of what we did. And so there again, I was checking the length, trying to get an idea. I'm 5'8", so a 72-inch longbow is probably a pretty good fit for me. I enjoyed using the bow very much, and did for several years. And then when we moved, it was one of the things during the move that kind of had to find a new home. And here I'm making the tillering stick for, breaking the limbs of the bow in. Once your bow is finished, then you build a tillering stick, and then you stretch it every day a little further and a little further, and you take a short length of lumber And then when the bow is on the tillering stick, you take that piece of lumber, and anywhere on the vanes that has a straight line, you mark that against your little 3 or 4 inch piece of lumber. And what you're looking for is gaps. And like there on that arm, and I can even see now where there was a flat spot on the right limb. And I haven't finished anything at this point. I am using the hardware, and so this is the tillering stick has notches, and I used a piece of paracord as a bowstring. And yes, there's some stretch to paracord, and you go back and you do more shaping and sanding. And then you get down. I wanted a 28-inch draw, and I wanted about 55 pounds. Well, I wound up with 52 pounds, and that was just good enough. That it was our bow on the tillering stick, and that it would hold level when you drew it center. And this is another round of the shaping. And this workbench is unique. I built it, and then I was building my bow on my hand-built workbench. It was a lot of fun. I did a lot of hand tool stuff at the time, and that's me pulling the arrow out of the little foam target. And it worked. It was a good bow. It was fun to shoot, and it was fun to build. I think I actually enjoyed the build more than the archery. And I love bows. So there's the tillering stick with the bow mounted on it. And there again, that's with most of the tension off, or only about a third. And there's our bow. I did eventually put in nylon inserts and better hardware, but just for the tillering, the carriage bolts work just fine. And that's showing that at full tension, our bow was ready, and it was properly measured in the old English way. And the hand grip, I put oil finish on practically everything, even now. I love that contour hand grip, and that was all fitted to my hand with files. Lots and lots and lots and lots more sanding and sanding and some more sanding. So thank you for watching, and I really just love this project. It was one of the most fun things I've built ever.
Dusty light cuts through the room, shadows stretch like the weight of doom. Wood shavings fall like whispers lost. Hammer strike echoes wide.